Austin Shakespeare Company's latest production reimagines a classic in a bold way. So here to talk about Macbeth, it's Mark and Helen. Good morning, you all. How are you?
Good morning.
Doing very well. Thank you for having us.
I'm excited to have you all here. And here's what I think is really neat, is this is a Shakespeare classic that obviously a lot of us know and love, but you guys are really putting this kind of brand new contemporary spin on it. So tell me what that's all about.
Sure. Well, we have decided to set it in Africa. I was inspired by Ibrahim Traore. He's the interim president of Burkina Faso, a West African country. Military leader that took over and really we're trying to figure out how to relate that ambition, that strive for power. And it's set the day after tomorrow. That's the direction our director gave us.
I love that.
It's in the future, but very contemporary.
Yeah, and the day after, it's like a little elusive. Like,
Exactly.
you're like, I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I'm into it. You know, I think it's kind of lovely. Now, how long have you guys been in rehearsals thus far for this?
4 weeks?
4 weeks, yeah.
4 weeks?
Yeah, about 4 weeks. We got a few ice days that we had to do online.
On
but
Zoom.
you
was showing me
yeah.
that, which I think is
Couple
incredible. I think I love that. And how big is the cast?
16 to 16 or 17.
So a decent sized cast,
Pretty solid.
Lots of friendly faces.
Yes.
I love that. Okay, so Mark, tell me, what's it been like preparing for the role of Macbeth in this kind of special way?
Well, I'm very fortunate because this is my third time actually performing
Oh,
Macbeth.
wow.
The first time was in 2008. The second time was in 2016 with this awesome actor, and we're getting to work together again. So a lot of the groundwork has already been laid. Now it's just really digging deeper. And the fact that I was able to actually propose this idea to my director only came with the confidence of having done it before.
Yeah.
So the preparation has been really enjoyable this time, actually.
I love that you're like almost growing with the role, right? Do you feel
Exactly.
like you learn something new each time?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I'm 51, but it's you do things differently at 51 than you do at 33.
Sure.
You move differently.
Life experience,
and you have
too.
life experience,
Yeah.
exactly. So you can tap into more psychology and tap into more empathy and more life experience. Yeah.
That's really fascinating. Now, Helen, for you kind of play his right-hand woman, Lady Macbeth.
Yes.
So what do you feel like this role requires of you?
Well, you know, you're supposed to sort of sympathize with the character
Sure.
or empathize with the character, which is hard because she does such horrible things. But I mean, there is the sort of animating thing at the beginning of just a weirdly, it's weird to say this, but a loving couple. One of Shakespeare's
love.
actually
Interesting.
most
Deep love.
in love couples
Yeah.
are Macbeth and Lady Macbeth. And so that's sort of the kickoff. And then I think it's about balancing, you know, the insane ambition with the sense of losing yourself and losing the person you like. Your main person is slipping out of your fingers.
Interesting. Okay, apart from, you know, the horrible things that she does,
Yeah.
is there anything in particular that maybe you feel like you're going to take away from getting to play her?
I mean, it's funny because, like he said, we did this 10 years ago,
Yeah.
and we're not exactly the same couple.
Yeah, a little different.
A little different, and I feel like because I am a woman of a certain age, I'm actually older than Mark.
Doesn't look it.
Not
That's
at
very
all.
nice, but there's that sense of like a woman in her advancing years,
Sure.
and that sense of like having a shot put in your hand,
Yeah.
and navigating that. I'm taking from it, first of all, you're not done.
Yeah.
You get past 50.
Yep.
And second of all, but what you do with not done is up to you, and it is a big deal. You don't get to clock out on thinking just because you've
Yeah.
passed a certain
not at all.
goalpost.
Yeah, I really like that though, because I do think that like aging becomes a harder concept for a lot of people, even for younger folks. You know, like hitting 30, everyone's
Yeah.
like, "Oh my gosh, my life's over.
Yes, yeah.
I haven't reached the goals I wanted." But I think this is proof that that doesn't really matter.
No.
Yeah, so I think that's really special. Now, in you know, what ways or messages do you kind of hope the audience takes away from y'all's production of this?
Yeah, I think that ambition can lead to corruption. You know, no matter what goals you strive for, you should always strive for goals. But if you strive for goals without regard to any of the consequences, you end up in a very bad place. And that is true globally, that's true nationally.
Yeah.
true locally and true
In your
personally
family,
in
yeah.
your family.
You can't accept a little bit of poison.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of poison in the milk still makes the entire glass not drinkable.
Exactly.
Oh, and
Yeah.
that's life lessons with Helen. Yes, that's it. No, but I love that. I think that's really important and vital for a lot of us to remember. So, with that then, in what ways do you feel like maybe this story and this kind of take on it is relevant in today's world, maybe even in your all's lives?
Well, I mean, it's pretty much that. It's that sense of like, well, it's funny because we're really, and understandably, there are witches in this. There's a lot of like weighing good and evil. And the selling point is like the sort of dark elements of Macbeth. But there's also the light of good. Like there's a very strong faction that immediately is sort of like, they're sort of getting the lay of the land. And as soon as they risk a lot to sort of draw a line and say, no, we need to be better people than this. Our country can't keep crying this way.
Yeah.
So,
And I'll just add that choices, the choices you make,
Yes.
Yeah.
because this story is very much based in fate and the fates that he's told, and whether those fates would have happened anyway, or whether he and his wife make choices that put them in a worse position.
Yeah.
So.
yeah.
Okay, I have another question that I just thought of, which is, what do you think Shakespeare would think of this reimagination of it?
I think he'd love it.
Yeah.
I think he'd love it.
Yeah.
I think people hold Shakespeare to such a high level, but he was writing for the time. He was writing for the groundlings, the people at the base of the theater.
Yeah.
So I think you would enjoy, because he took ideas from other people as well.
Yeah.
And reimagined them. He took Greek and Roman mythology as well and reimagined them. So I think he'd really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Well, and it goes back to the simple saying of like art is meant to be interpreted, right? So it's
Exactly.
like this is the interpretation of it. How long does this show run?
Only 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3
Yes.
years, so not long enough,
No.
but
March
enough
1st.
for people to go and
Yes.
check it out. How can
Yes.
people get tickets?
Always go to austinshakespeare.org.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very
You can
cool.
also go to the Long Center website, but go to austinshakespeare.org.
I love that. Well, Mark and Helen, thank you guys so much
my
for
gosh,
being here.
thank
This
you.
was so
Thank
much
you.
fun.
It's so
Yes,
much fun.
Austin Shakespeare. You guys have to check it out. And for tickets and more information, visit austinshakespeare.org.
The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Junk King Austin. Large trucks, clear pricing, same-day service, and a whole lot more. That's what Tyler Williams says makes Junk King Austin stand out among the crowd. He's here to tell us a little bit more about his business. So Tyler, very first question up to you is, what makes Junk King different than your competitors?
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. First of all, thank you for letting me come out here today. Super excited to be here. What makes us uniquely different is our trucks are about 20% larger than our competitors.
Oh.
Meaning we can get larger, bigger jobs into one truck, not having to make multiple trips, being able to clear space out as fast and efficient as possible.
That's impressive. So when people finally get to that point where they say, okay, I need this junk cleared out, you can show up
Yeah.
pretty quickly.
Saturday morning, you're clearing out your garage, that old attic you haven't been in 30 years since you moved in. Our guys will go up there. They'll be able to take pictures of everything, even if you're not able to go up there. That way you can kind of get a good visual what is up there, and we'll be able to get it cleared out and taken care of for you.
Amazing, yeah. And tell me about your clear-cut pricing model, because I
Yeah.
think that's another thing is people don't want to be stuck with a bill that they didn't see coming.
No, absolutely. Fully transparent pricing. We actually have 13 different price points, allowing us to get you as most accurate as a price possible, primarily volume based. So again, like I said, transparent. We're able to fully explain to you how we're coming up with that price. We're not just pulling a number out of a hat. If you're wanting to get a new couch, well, what do you do with the old one? It might still be in good condition. You're working with a donation center. Well, who's taking it there? The good news about us is we handle all of that for you. We've got a whole Divergent team back at the shop. They sort through everything, separate recyclables, donatables. We work with several nonprofits across not only this area, but across the country.
Talk to me about some common items that y'all normally pick up. I heard the garage, I
gosh.
heard the attic, but I'm thinking that there's probably a lot of stuff that is too heavy maybe for someone to pick up themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Concrete, heck, that ice storm that we just had not too long ago, somebody took out a mailbox, so able to get that picked up. We do stuff all the way up to full shed teardowns. We pull up carpet. Yesterday, we just tore out a wall for a customer. They were trying to demo.
You can take a wall?
We can take a wall. Yeah.
Wow.
So really, whatever your project that you're working on or they're doing, we're here to help you.
How can folks who are watching today get started?
Yeah, absolutely. You can call us at our 888 number or visit us online. If you visit us online, you get a $20 off discount. So just give us a call.
Sounds good to me. Tyler, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Call 1-888-888-JUNK or go to junk-king.com to get started today. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Junk King Austin.
Joining us this time around is Luis Sanchez with Austin Pets Alive. And this time he has brought our sweetest, newest furry friend, Katero. Luis, good to see you.
Thank you for having us.
Tell us all about this lovely guy, because he is just like pure happiness in the 20 minutes I've been with him.
Yeah, he's a wonderful pup. So he's a senior. He's about 9 years old.
I would never guess
Yeah,
that.
you would never
My
guess
guess
it.
was 5,
Yeah.
so that's crazy.
He's a great pup. We actually took him from Austin Animal Center.
Okay.
Right around when they had their pneumovirus
Yeah,
outbreak, and
for sure.
we pulled him because he was, we wanted to give him a foster home. So he's been in foster ever since, and he's just a good dog. So now he's actually back at the shelter, but we want him to find a home because he's a senior guy. He just wants to like lay down.
Yeah.
He's done really great. We actually took him a couple little like field trips this morning, and he's
Okay.
been doing really good with all the people.
I love that.
No jumping, great on leash, just a wonderful pup.
Yeah, well, you mentioned a great home. What's going to be the best kind of home environment for him?
Really with him, he is like one of our easiest dogs, so he could be good with other pets.
Okay.
With kids, I've noticed he hasn't been that jumpy, so that's really good with like small kids.
Yeah.
So he's really chill, and like I said, he's a senior, so he might
Sure.
not need the most active lifestyle, which
Yeah.
is good too. So just a good walk every day, nothing too crazy, and then he just kind of scoots down like a potato.
Yeah, I just hear check, check, check.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it sounds like the perfect dog
It's
for
easy.
someone out there, right?
Yeah,
I think that's
absolutely.
incredible. Anything specific we need to know about him, whether it's his personality or medical related or anything that people should know aside from being considered a senior dog?
Yeah, no, he's pretty healthy. Aside from being a senior dog, he's good to go. And of course, senior dogs might require some extra medical care
Sure.
later down the road. But for right now, we haven't noticed anything like out of place. He looks healthy, and he's just ready, I think, to just kind of split down on somebody's couch and just hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and like most of our furry friends, we've learned that he loves treats.
Yeah, he loves treats.
He's
very
been eating on the
treat-motivated.
treats here in our studio as well and eating it up. So
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. Now, Louisa, remind people how the adoption process works with Austin Pets Alive if they were
course.
interested in looking into Katero.
So if you want to learn more, just go to our website,
Okay.
austinpetsalive.org, search up his name, Katero. And if you want to go meet him in person, he's at the shelter right now, and it's 1156 West Cesar Chavez in Austin.
Okay.
So right downtown. We're open every single day, 7 days a week from 12 to 6 p.m. And you can come and check him out. And then if you want, you can do like set up a meet and greet so you can meet him. If you wanted to like meet a resident dog, you don't bring the animal to the shelter, but
Sure.
we can set up an appointment where you can kind of do a little meet and greet.
Yeah.
And just kind of make sure if everything works. And you can also take them like on a sleepover. It's basically a trial run, right?
Yeah, I was
So
going to
a
ask that if
14-day
trial runs
basically.
exist. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a trial run. And you can say, hey, this is working. Hey, this is not. And
Yeah.
that's totally fine. We try to be non-judgmental.
Sure.
And whatever time you can give them in a home is
Yeah.
better than the shelter.
Yeah, oh my gosh, exactly. Now, also, fosters are a big part of kind of helping what you all do, right? So,
Yeah.
remind people how fostering works with you.
Yeah, so you can foster anywhere from 3 days to 2 weeks. That's called a sleepover. Or you can foster until adoption. So you basically foster the dog until they get adopted, which could be anywhere from a few weeks up to maybe a few months, maybe
Yeah.
a year.
So you're
depending-
committing,
You're,
but
you're
yeah.
committing to that long term, but you're still always hoping and marketing the dog to get adopted.
Yeah.
So we're pretty open to it. And then our matchmakers set you up with a dog that fits your home. So if you have other pets, if you have cats, if you have kids, if you have a yard, if you're home a home longer than most people or whatever,
Yeah.
we set it up perfectly for you. So
Yeah.
it's pretty flexible.
Yeah, and I feel like every time you guys are here, we're talking about how important fosters are. So,
Yeah.
how vital is it to the work that APA does?
Absolutely crucial.
Yeah.
So we don't think of our capacity as a shelter by the number of kennels that we have at the shelter. We think of capacity with the number of fosters and kennels that we have at the shelter.
Wow, okay.
So we're able to save more lives with more fosters. So that's how we really think about it. Like if we don't have the fosters, then our life-saving capacity kind of goes down and we can't really
Sure.
save as many lives as we'd want. So the fosters are like quintessential to what our mission is
Yeah.
and keeping Austin no-kill.
Yeah. What if someone was interested in volunteering with you all? What kind of opportunities are available this time of year?
There's tons. You can do pretty much anything. You can come to the shelter and help walk dogs, clean kennels, wash dishes, do laundry, help take care of the cats. And you can also do stuff from home. So you can do data input, you can do adoption emails, you can do matchmaking emails, you can help run, marketing, taking photos. There's just a lot of different things you can do. If you think of it, we can probably find an opportunity for
What
you.
about, like, I know my wife used to do this. What if, like, someone was interested in coming and, getting a dog on, like, a lunch break and taking him for a walk or something like that?
Yeah.
Is, like, that something you all are interested in?
So it's something we typically pick up around summertime. We call
Okay.
it Dog Day Out. And so we'll probably be picking it up in the next few months where, you can come in, take them in and bring them back before the end of the day. But what we really recommend right now is like the sleepovers. So take them for the weekend, take them for like a few days. It gives us a lot of home notes.
Look at him.
He's like completely hanging out.
He's just so chill.
Yeah, it gives us home notes. It allows us to know the dog outside of the shelter environment, which is stressful. It's loud. It's not really a home.
Sure.
So take them home for like a few days, and it's honestly a great experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something else that's really special about Austin Pets Alive is you guys have thrift stores across the Austin kind of area as well. So you have an event coming up very soon. Tell people what's going on.
Yeah, so it's our Second Chance Saturday. It's something that we do every single month on the second Saturday of each month. And for this month, it's our Valentine's Day edition, which is 50% off everything that's red. And we'll have adoptable dogs at all the stores. We have 5 stores, Old Torf, Burnett, 51st, Pflugerville, and Round Rock. So there's a lot of opportunities to go find, some really cool things at the thrift store.
Yeah.
And 100% of those proceeds come back to APA. So there are,
Very
there
cool.
are,
So you're
thrift
shopping
stores.
for a good cause.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And you can always, if you want to donate clothes, if you want to donate items, we're always taking those items at those stores. And then, of course, we sell it, and then all that money comes back to the shelter
love
and
that.
helps this mission of, helping them find homes.
Yeah, and 5 locations. So no excuse to not find a
No,
location, right?
Yeah. No, it's I go a lot.
Yeah.
And actually, if you're a foster or if you're a volunteer, you get a discount. I
Oh,
believe it's
wow.
about 30% off.
Okay.
So even better. And our thrift stores are really reasonably priced.
Okay,
You can
very
find
good.
things for like $10, and
Yeah.
it's fantastic.
You might find your next treasure. You never
Exactly,
know. Well,
yeah.
Luis, thank you so much for being here. We hope
Thank
that
you.
Katero finds a great home. For more information on adopting Katero and upcoming events, visit austinpetsalive.org. Music has the power to convey beautiful storytelling, and often it's expressed in the form of a love song. Texas singer-songwriter Radney Foster, along with Kelly Willis, teamed up with Songwriters with Soldiers to tell the incredible true love story of real-life couple Matthew Chapman and his wife Debbie with new song, The One They Call. Radney joins me now to provide more insight into the making of this single. Hi, Radney. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm great. I'm excited to learn more about this project you've been working on. So let's start with this. How did you initially meet retired Army Sergeant First Class Matthew Chapman along with his wife, Debbie?
Well, I went to, it starts much earlier than that, really, with me getting involved with Darden Smith at the very beginnings of songwriting with Soldiers. And I have continued that work. Working with them has been just an absolute joy for me. They create retreats, hundreds of them, for songwriters to get together with soldiers and veterans and of all stripe, to really use songwriting as a place of catharsis and some healing, and it's a really neat process and really a joy to get to do. I met Matthew and Debbie at the same time. It was the first time I had ever gone to a couples retreat. And so these were all EOD military, both men and women, and then their significant others. EOD are the guy, if you ever, saw the movie The Hurt Locker, you'll understand. It's the guys who walk towards the bomb, not away from it. It's crazy and very hazardous duty. And most of them come out with, wounds both seen and unseen. And so I was sitting there and I'm not knowing what's going to happen really. And I meet them and they already had and knew the story that they wanted to tell through this song. And, Debbie is older than Matthew, and she had turned him down a couple times when he had asked her to marry him. She already had children, and she's just like, I just think you'll get tired of me, was kind of her thinking on that. And when he found out that he was going to deploy and go overseas and be in harm's way, she made a reservation at the county courthouse, and she said, she talked to him and said, I've made a reservation with a judge at the county courthouse, and if the offer still stands, I would like to take you up on it and marry you.
What a beautiful story. Yeah.
And then listen, it's going to get better and worse from here. Trust me, because he said, what changed your mind, babe? And she said, I know you're going in harm's way, and if anything happens to you, I want to be the one they call.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's
and
powerful.
If that's not
words.
love, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. I'm just reliving.
And that's what I love, is that it's a real story. So why was it important for their love story to be told, do you think?
I really think for their own, they wanted it told really in that moment for their own sense of healing and their own sense of survival, and I think, though, the people at Songwriting with Soldiers knew it was a really important song that probably needed a bigger audience than just internally, and finally over the last couple of years have found some funding that helps them record these songs with professional, studio musicians and put them out. And so I knew, that Kelly Willis was one of my favorite people in the world and a good friend, but also that she might be one of the greatest harmony singers, walking the planet. And so I said, can I send you this? Would you consider doing a duet with me? And she texted me back. She didn't call me back, and said, I will absolutely sing that song with you. It is really beautiful. And if I can just stop crying to get through it, we'll be okay.
Right? Yeah. Well, and as you mentioned, you the song is a duet with Kelly Willis. And what I love about it is, you guys almost go line for line, and it definitely feels like you're telling this couple's story, And so I'm curious for you as the musician, as the singer, what's it like to tap into those emotions and realities of telling a couple's story through song?
Well, I mean, you can't help but go to your own story, and for me emotionally, I just thought about myself and Cindy, and really also, had the memory and the notes from what we had discussed that day when we wrote it, when I was in the studio, and I think that really helped me a lot.
Yeah.
Just really remembering what it felt like to be in that very moment of writing it, and knowing, I felt like I was given a duty. It's like I wanted to make sure that I got the story right more than whether I was writing a hit song or not. It wasn't about that. It was about really telling this beautiful story.
Yeah.
And and so, I think if you go into the studio with that in your head and your heart, that's how you get there emotionally as a singer.
Yeah, I love that. Well, and it kind of goes back to that, age-old saying of like, if you walked a mile in someone else's shoes, and it's like, that's really what you're doing as a musician, going into this couple's very real life, kind of daunting story in a way, even though there's a lot of beauty with it as well. Now, what do you guys kind of hope that this song inspires?
I just hope it inspires people to think about why they love each other, and also to understand the sacrifice that our military personnel make in life. They really do go out and risk it all, and it often is hard on families, and so any amount of support that we can give those families is a really good thing. You know,
Yeah.
it's just really about thinking about your neighbors.
Yeah, we all need people to get along in life, right? Like that's the whole point, is to do life together. How can people check out the One They Call?
Oh, they can. It'll be available on all the streaming services wherever you stream music. But also, if they want to go to Songwriting with Soldiers website, I think they'll be able to hear it there, see some of the video and stuff that's going to go on. Certainly on my site, we're going to put up some video of me and Kelly in the studio together. And you know, it's a great organization. It's a great way to give back. If you feel like you got an extra, you know, chunk of change, it's a good thing to do.
Yeah, I love that. Well, the One They Call releases February 13th on all music streaming platforms, as Rodney said. Rodney, thanks so much for your time providing more insight into this incredible project. You don't have to break the bank to upgrade life at home. This week's deals spotlight budget-friendly finds that boost productivity, support wellness, and deliver entertainment without ever leaving your couch. Ashley Howard is standing by with the best products at the best prices and this week's epic discounts from consumer resource bestreviews.com.
Welcome to Epic Discounts by bestreviews.com. I'm Ashley Howard. I want everyone to scan the QR code on your screen and get ready to save on some of your new favorite products. We have an incredible lineup for you today that's all about upgraded living. All of it, from morning to night, from work to play. So let me show you what we've got. First, for all my coffee lovers, this one is for you. Meet the Casa Brews CM5418 espresso machine. You're looking at 20 bar pressure in a compact stainless steel design. Imagine getting rich cafe quality espresso right at home. You've got a built-in steam milk frother for lattes and cappuccinos, plus a generous 34-ounce removable water tank. And as you can see, it's sleek, it's powerful, and it makes a perfect gift. Now, let's brighten our day, literally. This is the Lux Light Therapy Lamp. It's exactly what you need if you want to feel more energized and focused. It's full spectrum, UV-free, and designed to mimic natural sunlight. You get 3 color temperatures, smooth dimming, a built-in timer, and even a remote control. It's perfect for home or your office. Listen, I'm telling you, this is a huge game changer during darker days or longer work hours. Next, let's talk about one of my favorite things, entertainment. And right now, I'm talking about the best of the best, okay? The Roku Ultra Ultimate Streaming Player brings you stunning 4K with HDR 10 plus Dolby Vision and Dolby Sound. You're getting Bluetooth, Wi-Fi 6, and a rechargeable voice remote Pro with backlit buttons. And you know what that means. No more searching in the dark. Plus access to tons of free and live TV. This is a non-negotiable must-have upgrade for any TV setup. And finally, for your workday, let me introduce you to the Flexi Spot 36-inch standing desk converter. This height-adjustable sit-to-stand workstation turns any desk into an ergonomic powerhouse. It holds dual monitors and laptop, has a wide keyboard tray, and adjusts smoothly so you can move from sitting to standing in just seconds. All right, everybody, let's take one last look at today's products. We just upgraded your living and helped you save money. Head to epicdiscounts.com or just scan the QR code on your screen to scan, shop, and save with Epic Discounts by Best Reviews.
Best Reviews is owned by our parent company, Nexstar. You can find more on the products mentioned and where to buy them by going to our website, KXAN.com, and clicking on the Marketplace tab.
Can you believe we're talking about this already? Amplify Austin Day is back for its 14th year, coming up in early March. Joining us now is the Director of Marketing and Communications for I Live Here, I Give Here, Iris Estrada. She's going to tell us a little bit more. Iris, good morning.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course. Amplify Austin Day, let's remind everybody about it.
Yes, so Amplify Austin Day is the biggest giving day in Central Texas. It's back for its 14th year, like you mentioned. This year it's on March 4th, starting at 6 p.m. through March 5th, also ending at 6 p.m. And it's basically a big community-wide event where everybody rallies around 700 nonprofits that all work really hard year-round to make this place such a great place to live.
Such a wonderful place to live. And I think it's important to note that of those 700 charities, it covers everything.
Yes, there's there's 19 cause categories for those over 700 nonprofits. So everything from the arts, environment, pets, housing, it covers just about anything that you can think of. And when you visit amplifyatx.org, you can search for nonprofits through those cause categories, or you can also use keywords and find things that you might be passionate about. So let's say you're a soccer player and you really want to give back to a nonprofit that is involved in soccer in some way, you can type that up and I guarantee you something will show up.
I was going to say, one year I saw like bat support to continue to support our, our Mexican free-tail bat community, that kind of thing. So lots of options. And in fact, when you moved here, that's how you got plugged into Amplify Austin.
Yes, that's
is that
correct.
There were a couple of nonprofits that you found that you wanted to support.
Yes, that's correct. So when I first moved here a couple of years ago, it's really important to me to give back to any community that I make my home. And I moved here in March, so it was just before Amplify Austin Day took place. And I was able to find some organizations that I now continue to support throughout the year. So it's really great because it allows people who might be new to the area or people who have lived here their whole lives to discover organizations that they might not be privy to.
I mean, 700, you're not going to know all of them, right? Some might be new, some might be very old, some well known, but I also think it's so important to support the little guys.
Yes.
So I think that's really cool. Let's talk about last year's grand total once we got to the end of 6 p.m. on the second day, and where you guys are trying to head this year.
Yeah, so we had over 25,000 donors come together and give $9.7 million on Amplify Austin Day last year.
Wow.
And this year our goal is really twofold. We really want to reach $10 million for our participating nonprofits, and it's also just our internal goal to get more people to give. So we really want to beat that 25,000 donor number as well, and just see more people in our community giving back.
And it's so easy. I mean, you don't have to have $25 to give. You don't have to have $100 or $1,000 to give. Anything helps.
Any donation helps, whether that's $5, $500, $5,000, it all adds up. And one of the great things is early giving is now open. And
Just started, right?
It just started last week, and it runs all the way through March 3rd, right before the actual day takes place. And one of the things I love to tell people is early giving is a great chance for you to fundraise for a nonprofit that you love. So anybody can visit amplifyatx.org and create a free fundraising page, and that allows them time during early giving to really rally their inner circle, their friends, their family, their coworkers, to get behind a nonprofit they care about.
So let's dig into that for a second. Let's say, for example, we have Austin Pets Alive here on pretty often. If they are really passionate about Austin Pets Alive, so I, as a person today, can go to amplifyaustinatx.org. Is that right? Amplifyatx.org. We'll have it at the bottom of the screen at some point, I promise. But that's where I can set up my own page for free, because this is the early giving period. And that's where I can tell everybody that I know and love, all my followers on Instagram, hey guys, I want you to help out.
Correct.
Because this is what I care a lot about.
Correct. So anybody can create a page for free. There's also free resources on the page, like templates for social media to help you get the word out. And last year, those fundraising pages were actually responsible for raising more than $1 million for the day.
Amazing. So it does make a big difference. I do also want to talk about scholarship and give back opportunities just in our last minute here.
Yeah, so sponsorships are still open, and we're also seeking give back partners. So there's a lot of businesses that have signed up and committed this year to give people who donate a free gift as a reward for giving back to their community. So anybody who's interested, any business who's interested in becoming a give back partner, we are still signing folks up, so they can actually email my coworker, Jared, at ilivehereigivehere.org, or just visit ilivehereigivehere.org or amplifyatx.org for more information.
That sounds good. So part of the proceeds maybe of what someone sells that day, that can go back to Amplify Austin, or you could just say, I donated, here's my little receipt.
Correct.
And get a gift.
Correct. So some business are donating, they're doing a proceed share on the day, and other people are signing up for free perks. So we are going to be dropping the list of the official Give Back partners next week on February 9th. So I encourage people to look at our social media at I Live Here, I Give Here, visit the website because we'll have a list of all the participating partners there as well.
That sounds good to me. So there are so many things as we get closer to March 4th and 5th
Yes.
that you can get plugged into and get excited about.
Exactly.
But if you're talking to someone who's maybe not part of that 25,000 from last year, someone who might donate now for the first year, what would you tell them about the benefit of helping out Amplify Austin?
So amplifyatx.org serves as a great hub because you can not only find other nonprofits that you're not aware of, but you can also give to multiple nonprofits in a single transaction instead of having to, go around to different locations. And yeah, I encourage anybody that can give early to do so because a lot of nonprofits use this time as momentum building and for planning ahead. So yeah, every donation counts, and I hope everybody's excited to give back.
Be like Iris. Invest in your community. Sounds good to me, Iris. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
we appreciate it. For more information on Amplify Austin Day, I'm going to get the website right, y'all. amplifyatx.org. We have a lot of fun here on Studio 512. If you missed any of our great segments, be sure to check out our website where we like to post the fun things we do. Our feed covers content like arts and entertainment, food and drink, fashion and beauty, home and garden, stuff for kids and pets, as well as information from area experts. In addition, you can check out web-exclusive content that you can only find on Studio512TV.com. We also love to post behind-the-scenes funny moments, outfit inspirations, and more on social media. Find us by searching for Studio 512 on your favorite platform. You don't want to miss a single post. Be sure to follow us, check out our website, and watch us every weekday at 11 a.m. right here on CW Austin. Content segments during Studio 512 were paid for by Junk King Austin.